Hey, this is Baal Kadmon, and I'd like to thank you for watching and or listening to this video. So as you might know, I released my course on the Dead Sea Scrolls, Echoes of Antiquity, and this was a course that has been in production for quite some time, ever since I published my book on Belial, which I wrote in there that I would create something like this. I said I would create a book, but I ended up creating a course just because it's easier to navigate. So many people have enrolled. My goodness, it was actually more than I expected because this isn't really directly related to the occult. So I was expecting, maybe, a few people might find it interesting, but I'm really surprised and grateful that so many people have enrolled. So in this video, I just want to take you through the program just so you can see what's in it. Because again, it isn't the occult directly, although there are some elements here that are part of the occult or can be linked to the occult. But for those who might be on the fence and they just sort of want to see what this is about, I'm going to take you through it here. So obviously the normal stuff, the disclaimer, copyright, all that stuff. And then I have introductory topics, an overview, the discovery, and the main languages and scripts found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. People always think that, it's only in Hebrew, but no, there's actually quite a few languages and scripts within the Dead Sea Scrolls. I go through abbreviations because the Dead Sea, because of where they were located and how they were found, there's a special way of quoting from them and referencing them, and I discuss that in this video here. This is by far, I think, the most important module of the 70 videos that I have for this program, and it's the historical context, because the Dead Sea Scrolls were written during a period called the Second Temple period, right? And it is by far the most important period of Jewish history and religious history, because everything that sort of came out of that time informed Christianity as well, and then by extension Islam and other break-off religions that broke off sort of from the main Jewish religion and then Christianity and Islam and so forth. So I go through the history of that time period, and it's very important because it really does sort of stage the rest of the program. And then I go into the dating techniques and the controversies and debates surrounding the Dead Sea Scrolls because, as with everything, every archaeological find, there's some type of debate going on. But especially the Dead Sea Scrolls, because they're so emotionally charged religiously that there's a lot of controversy around it. And then I cover Module 4, which is a very core part of the course 2, in which I cover the different types of texts that are found within the Dead Sea Scrolls, including why certain books were omitted, and I actually created the video about this. And there are also books within the Dead Sea Scrolls that were not found anywhere else but here in the Dead Sea Scrolls. So it's quite amazing. And then this module, I discuss sort of who might have been in Qumran, right? The Essenes. Some people have debated that it's different people were here, or many different tribes resided at Qumran and may have been the authors of the Dead Sea Scrolls. So I cover that, and I also cover the role of women within the community. And this is another core part of the program in which I give some more theological and philosophical perspectives in the scrolls and give you some of the history of why certain themes pop up in the scrolls. And again, it's part of the Second Temple Judaism, Second Temple period in general, where there was a very strong messianic ethos and there was a lot of apocalyptic notions out there. And so I do cover them here. This is a very important module. And then this module, which is, I guess, more directly related to the occult, is I discuss the magic and mysticism in the occult and how it is expressed. Obviously, they didn't call it magic, right? But within the text, there's clearly instances where magic is there. And I go into angelology and demonology and exorcisms within the program as well. And then I cover these more obscure topics, such as the Copper Scrolls, which have there's a lot of controversy around them. Some people even said that the Copper Scroll is a treasure map or an inventory of treasure from like Akhenaten, right? Which I only cover briefly. I don't believe in that theory, but I give you a recommendation for a book if you wanted to explore that idea. So I go through some of these more obscure topics. Then we go to Module 9, and which I talk about the influences and the contrasts of what's contained in the Dead Sea Scrolls and comparing them with Jewish and Christian doctrines. And then I go into, was Jesus an Essene? Some people thought that maybe Jesus was an Essene who was influenced by the Dead Sea Scrolls. I go into why this is improbable, but I leave the door open just a little bit. But I, for one, think that he was probably not even part of that community. And then I go into the modern Dead Sea Scroll scholarships and especially this video, the politics of archaeology. I think it's very important to know that archaeology is a very political game, okay? Because there's a lot of nation building around what's found at the Dead Sea Scrolls. So sometimes it's not unbiased, and I think people should know about that. And then I go into selected readings. I read from several scrolls in the Dead Sea. Some of these have never been seen before, or rather, they're not in the Bible. And some of them are so unique, like the Prayer of Nabonidus. I think you're really going to enjoy that one. And so I go through quite a few of them, and I think you'll really enjoy. And that's pretty much it. That's the entire program. And I really do think you'll enjoy it. It's been a labor of love, I have to tell you. It's just been amazing. So if you're interested, you can find it at www.occultcourses.com/Dead Sea. And I really think you'll enjoy it. So many people have enrolled. Thank you so much. And as always, if you have any questions, you can always email me at reshef@baalkadmon.com. Well, anyway, thank you for watching and or listening to this video. I will speak to you soon. So mote it be.